Hello and welcome to the Southeast Gear Series 4. And obviously, hopefully in the Series 4 we do every single thing in the last series. For example, Mr. Viermitz and Nixon Martinez. He is two boys which is now he is probably busy with something and we apologize for that, and they are actually in the items recording, not in the studio. And she said to me that the both is in the college, so we appreciate that. And obviously, if Mitch can come, he say, and also I will update to you. From Mitch will be might be come. I will update to you if Mitch come in the studio. Right, let us talk about this series. And obviously, after some bad down in Roblox in series 1 until series 3, for example, a bit lower in the view. But now we decide to make it more strong and making more good. So obviously we forgot the montage video, but we will play it in after the video. This is what we'll see and what will you expect in the next upcoming mix in Southeast Gear. Hey, and behind me this is a Germany quality, or I can say Mr. Lutz commits saying something in German accent. This is the BMW M4. Obviously, this car it has 600, 422 horsepower. Obviously, there is a minimum of torque. And how about we take a drive a bit in our new test track over here? So why not we do that? This is the BMW M4. This is has the physics to it, if you want the physics, and we can have a 4-cylinder engine one as well. But in this, get the 6-cylinder engine with a turbocharger. And actually, it is spectacular. As you may see, there is a very nice interior details over here. You can just this the car system over here. There's a motivating and there's a radio station. You can there's a telephone. It means you can call when you are in the highway, or you can call CJ or the Scotty. You can have a navigation which you can also set. But navigation, you can call, you get some contacts and I don't know what is connected to right, and you can see BMW in vehicle information. If you go in setting, probably you can setting up you can turn off the traction control, or the pursuit mode. You can use the sport mode. Like this. I'm right. And brake. Yes. That's one. Understeer and oversteering once again. This is absolutely cool. Braking. Brake. Not correct. It was great. Let me tell you this way, but this amazing car. Where's the camera? Our camera over there. I'm sorry. Let me tell you with something in this car, obviously. As you may see, there's a third. Ignore that. We try to do something. So, you want to buy this car? This car is around 39, 38, around 40,000 US dollar, around that. Around more than that, actually. maybe more, maybe a bit more, just a bit more, as well, and a bit more as well. And obviously, of course, if you want to try to drifting, obviously you can right? You can drifting like a Yobo, whatever you are. You can modification it, probably yes, you can. But is it really good to become really nice car in CPM or any real life work? I must say, yes, it is a very good. In fact, I like it. I mean, in fact, it is without no dirt, and this car is pretty clean, obviously, and then that is going to be good. Well, only that it is. And the camera over there, but we cannot see, and we back in the line, and we crossed the line. Oh, we back again in the studio.
Done.
Alright, and right, and of course it's Scooty for lap time and BMW review. And of course I forgot to summon Discord, so I will tell you the for lap time that we on BMW M4. So, the fastest car we ever in the for lap time now is the Lexus LFA by Natsunagi. But now, obviously we cannot show it to you because it's gonna be long. I mean, like, I will say tomorrow, or I can say in on air thingy next week. So, the BMW M4 did it in not any minute 3:30.34 second, which is slower than the McLaren or anything at all. But like, and now we talk about. Now let's we do the news first, and obviously we gotta talk about some new cars will be released in the 2023. We got a brand new, but now we move. So obviously in Korean, there's new car called the Hyundai Ioniq 7, which is will be look like this. I don't have any picture in there for you, but you're gonna see that on the view screen on your telly. And the design is a bit very very futuristic and scientific because this car is an electric vehicle. What's next? Ah yes, and obviously we know about a lot of speed limits in the world. You know, in Indonesia, in Malaysia. You know about Malaysia speed limit. Who's here is Malaysia? I mean, what is speed limit on your highway? If you are in Malaysia, 70 miles, 70 kilometers, 60 kilometers. If you are on that. Right, in here Indonesia is on 60 to 80 kilometers an hour, and obviously I noticed something that the government is putting probably some speed cameras around the highway, maybe around Jakarta region, see. But if you cap speeding for that, obviously, well, you can get fined for almost a million, probably, or not. You stop by the car by a man wearing a plastic hat with some green suit and brown uniform, black shoes, and with accent in English. Right, that is probably the end of the news. Right, let me talk to you something more, not just about this BMW M4 that we reviewed last couple minutes ago. And now, obviously, we move on to some supercar. And obviously, around the world has been made many cars and supercars. For example, the Italiano, and the Italiano, what is it now? Italian, the Germany, the France, the Spain, the Sweden, the Britain, the American, the Japanese. They are now making many supercars. For example, the Japanese, they have now the Nissan Nismo RC, which is racing. obviously it is a racing car, but obviously we are talking about more than not Holy Trinity, not the McLaren P1 with a LaFerrari or Porsche 911 Spider, but this is the only Trinity that we do on Saturday Gear. So the challenge is simple. So the producer told us to do in a track there in the track and set off with a brand new McLaren P1 and the brand new Lamborghini Vaneno, which is this game when it is updated. I mean, not updated for some week, probably. We use their money using for giveaway Nintendo Switch and then probably in that. Obviously, this is what we done and what you will see in here in a Tio Trinity. And welcome. Today we have a very amazing Trinity. But before that, we have great news because next to Martinez, we got Martinez. He's from Spain. His Wi-Fi is out of range. Maybe he live in the hill, or maybe he live in a mountain, or maybe he live in aqua, like the Aquaman. So, behind me and my side, this is my colleague. He decided to bring Italiano car, not German car. Why you bring Italiano car, Mr. Klaus?
Because it is cheaper than the German.
Tell me about the viewers, the engine of this Lamborghini Vaneno.
It is V12 and has it has a max torque around 690 Newton meters, about 5,500 RPM, and max power is 750 CV with 8,400 RPM. I think it's pretty
And it's fun. How about the top speed of that car?
The top speed of around 355 km.
Wow, in miles and kilometers miles. What's it again in miles?
121 miles per hour.
And it's more than McLaren actually. Right, this is the British, the McLaren P1. That high-end 3 horsepower, top speed 217 miles an hour, not 60, just 2.7 seconds. Is your car is hybrid, sir?
Much.
My car is a hybrid, so it's electric, but it's a V8 twin turbocharged engine. And amazing, right? Well, obviously, in this place, around here, is the B next standard. But once again, you live in underwater, it doesn't in Wi-Fi, so it's that. And so we got a challenge from producer saying that we should go around almost 50,000 miles from our test track to the racing track located in the northern Poland. And so this is what happened in the next one. Have arrived at car parking the players racing circuit. I don't know what its name, but we call it Poland Automotive Chamber. Located in the north of France, just outside of Chinese state. So anyway, we have bring our cars in here, and obviously around the trip, Mr. Viermitz having a crash. What happened? It's more than one. Few times, sir. Is it too many power?
Yeah, I went to find.
Yes, too many power, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, the producer give us a challenge, which is, so if my McLaren or Mr. Frau's gonna beat my benchmark time in the first place, that means I will go first to set the benchmark time in a McLaren P1, and obviously Frau's gonna be beat that on his Lamborghini Vaneno. And so that's how we do this. Thank you for that actually, Fraus. Thank you for rating me for 6,000. Kasara, you're first or me first to do some for lap time? Alright then. Stop right there. This the result of the prototype. This in the last video we last say people said it's the first time in this race music. Nobody else really beat and has service getting the first time ever doing some first time. So we can announce my first time is 2 minutes 15 seconds. 2 minutes 15 seconds. 170. That is slowest. Nobody episode is
I got 1 minute and 44 seconds. Which is currently the fastest. As quickest, fast through that record.
yeah, I think he thought he would because he's got cappuccino there to come out because I can see people who got these flashes jumping around after him. You can mistake that. So do you hope in anyone that next in what class you have beat your time?
I don't know.
If Max and Martinez can pass Chris Martin of your time, what you gonna do? Kill yourself?
But you still got slows.
So I am a Captain Slow before you are Captain Max.
It's still uncertain. But same racing driver maybe still have chance.
Yeah. So there is another chance to make this fun obviously because the audience guys are the previous one fairly with Italiano Macranino Palicono Palibe. So the next challenge is we gotta do the first time the mark to 60%. The trigger is on your CPR. That's right. We can get that edited out.
Okay, yeah, we can be done now.
Yes, we can edit. So there's no trigger. There's a new update on the CPR update, for example. There's a trigger if you have the bot icon, it's below the camera. Click and you swipe it. It is more the time is we get that point every single time. So first get one, put the Italian, trigger, 0. So with that, it will be still get the shot. It's got the Italian, obviously the Italian again. It's not that big. So we're gonna family first. these two regions. And solving this one is just attacking any products achievers. I just mentioned that it's a bit manager. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I can censor it. I just don't shoot her.
You gotta censor that.
Yes. About that anyway. So the challenge is we're gonna try the first time. You know the 60 ground. This so by the way, as you can see, this is a story by a pretty long time. It is like an hour and a half. It's a promotion in a second. Car, and it's just very amazing car. I mean, but I mean, I repeat that again. So, but Lamborghini Vaneno, it is very fast, but sometimes make it going crash around. But obviously, actually the champion of it is the P1. I mean, P1 it is very quick, it's very indeed fast, but it's not that fast as Lamborghini Vaneno because this car it is will be 2018, 2019 around that I assume and I presumably. But if you want to buy this Lamborghini Vaneno is way more costly than the Lamborghini. I mean, Lamborghini is way more costly, and most surprisingly, the most cheapest one is the P1. Well, on that actually the bombshell. Well, since there is no any Nixon Martinez and Viermitz doing some ugly thingy and blow contraband with me in the studio, well, there's no any bombshell in this series for in episode 1. So anyway, thank you for watching and see you in the next episode in the next week, probably Saturday night probably, and see you tomorrow for you in the studio. So thank you and good night everyone.